Alright guys, welcome back to part 3 of 3 of the extreme offset squared around 7 by 7 square to 4-inch diameter circle at a 4.5-inch height, extreme offset going far left. Alright, so on our second video we finished off by making this layout right here, which is this right there, without the bend marks obviously. Now we're going to go ahead and do the last portion, which is going to be this. Okay, let's begin. Alright, so just like we did here, we're going to go ahead and now do a random 7-inch horizontal line to represent now point C and point D, which is going to be this right here. So we're going to go ahead and make 7-inch horizontal line somewhere around here. Make it a little bit darker so you guys can see it. Okay. So we're going to start our 7-inch right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right there. Okay, let's go ahead and erase it. Any excess lines. Alright, so we're now going to go ahead and label this point C, and point D here. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and start using our true length triangles C and true length triangle D. We're already done with A and B. Okay, so go ahead and get your compass. Go to true length triangle C, C1, which is right here. Put your sharp point on 1. Open up your compass to your 4-inch height mark, which is going to be right there. Lock it in place. Let me show you guys so you guys can see. C1 to your 4-inch height mark. Put your sharp point on point C. And you're going to strike a random mark anywhere right there, since we know that it's going this way. So just strike a random mark. Do the same thing on D now. Go to true length triangle D1, which is here. Sharp point on 1. Open up your compass to your 4-inch height mark on true length triangle D. Lock it in place. Hopefully you guys can see that. Put your sharp point now on point B or D, sorry, like so, and then crisscross the previous arc that you just made, and now you found 1. So this is 1. Okay, now let's go ahead and erase this so we don't need to have this mess. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and find 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So we're going to take our compass. We're going to measure the distance from 1 to 2, which is right there. Looks pretty close. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Looks pretty close. Hopefully you guys can see that. You're going to take this information on your compass, put your sharp point now on 1, and you're going to strike a random half moon arcs on each side of 1 to represent the lines of where 2 is going to be. So just like that. Now go to true length triangle C, since we're here, and go to 2. So here's true length triangle C, 2, which is right there. Sharp point on 2. Open up your compass to your 4-inch height mark, lock it in place, like so. Put your sharp point on point C. Strike an arc on this, on the left side of 1, and now you found 2. Same thing on this side on D. So go to your two-lane triangle D, 2, which is here. Put your sharp point on 2. Open up your compass to your 4-inch height mark. Lock it in place like so. Sharp point on point D. And crisscross the small arc on that side of 1. And now you found 2. Okay. Let's just make sure. So that was 1. This is 2. D2. I'm going to just do that just to do a double check. And we're going to go to point D. Yep. Okay. Looks good. All right. So now we want to go a distance from 2 to 3, 2 to 3, which is here, 2 to 3. Take our information on this compass, and we see that it's pretty close. Do the same thing on this one, 2 to 3. It's pretty much close. We're going to go and take this information, strike an arc on that side of 2. Do the same thing on this. Put your sharp point on 2, strike an arc. Somewhere around here, we're going to go ahead and find 3. So now take this compass, go to true length triangle C, 3, sharp point on 3. Open up your compass to your 4-inch height mark. Lock it in place. Sharp point on point C. Strike an arc on the small arcs, and now you found 3. Same thing on D side. True length triangle D, 3, which is right here. Sharp point on 3. Open up your compass to your 4-inch height mark. Lock it in place. Sharp point on point D. Strike an arc on the small arc, and now you found 3. All right. Let's do and repeat the process. So now 4. So the distance from 3 to 4. And take our compass and confirm that. It's pretty good. So we're going to take our point on our compass and strike an arc from 3 and do a random arc for 4. The distance from this side of D, 3 to 4. Put your sharp point on 3 and see if it matches. It's pretty close. It's good. Put your sharp point now on this, 3. Strike a random arc. Now you know that that's going to be 4 and 4. So now we're going to take our compass and go to true length triangle C, which is here. C4, which is here. Sharp point on 4. Open up your compass to your 4-inch height mark. Lock it in place. Put your point, sharp point on point C. Strike an arc on the small arc. And now you found 4. Same thing on this side of D. We're going to look for 4. So go to true length triangle D, 4, which is right there. Sharp point on 4. Open up your compass to your 4-inch height mark on your true length triangle. Lock it in place like so. Sharp point on point D here. Strike an arc on that small arc, and now you found 4. Almost done. 5. The distance from 4 to 5 looks like this. Looks pretty close. Distance from this side, 4 to 5. Looks pretty close. Okay. We're going to take this information, put our sharp point on 4, then strike a half moon arc on this side of 4. Do the same thing on this side at D. Sharp point on 4, like so. Strike an arc. I can't see that. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're going to look for 5. So go to true length triangle C, 5. Sharp point on 5. Open up your compass to your 4-inch height mark on C, your 2-lane triangle C. Lock it in place. You guys can see that. Okay, put your sharp point on point C. Strike an arc on the small arc, and now you found 5. Same thing on this side of D. Go to 2-lane triangle D, 5. Sharp point on D5. Open up your compass to your 4-inch height mark, like so. Lock it in place. You guys can see that. Sharp point on point D. Strike an arc on the small one, and now you found 5. Okay, we're almost done. So, oops, wrong layout, wrong one. We just did that one. So this is what you guys have done. See how it arcs like so? It goes like this, kind of like an S. See that? So now this is point C, and then this is point D, and this is point D. So now we're going to look for is now X, which is this, and this. So this is X right here, and this is X. All right, let's go ahead and get X. So we know from our previous video that this big arc that you see right here represents the 3.5-inch arc. That's half of this square. This is a 7-inch square. Half of 7 is 3.5. So from here to here is 3.5. So what we did is we took a compass, we put it like so, and we strike an arc like there, and that's how we were able to find X on the previous layout. So we're going to do the same thing on this baseline right here. So we're going to go ahead and take our compass and go half of the square, which is going to be 3.5 inches, like that. Okay, we're going to put this point on C, and we're going to go ahead and strike an arc, a big half moon arc, like so. Now this is already going to look confusing because it's already overlapping the previous arc. So just so that we see which one's which, I want to go ahead and mark this as C. So I want to put C, a bunch of C's right here so we know which one's that. And then this one right here is going to be A. That's arc A. Okay, so on this side we know that this is big arc B. So just so you guys won't get confused, I'll put B, B, B. And now we're going to go ahead and strike the big arc for D. So again, I apologize for going over our work, but hopefully you guys can see through the noise or all this mess. Okay, so before I take this off, I want to go ahead and mark this as D, so we know, so you guys can see which arc is which. Okay, so we found these arcs. Now we're going to go ahead and look for X. So go to 2-lane triangle C, X, which is right here. Put your sharp point on X, C. Open it up to your 4-inch height mark, which is like so. I'm going to lock it in place. And as you guys can see, 4 or X, C. Now you're going to put your sharp point on 5, which is here, like that. And then you're going to go ahead and crisscross big arc C wherever it lands. So I'm going to show you guys how that looks right there. That is now X. This is X, and we're going to do the same thing on D side. So go to 2-lane triangle D, which is right here, and go to X, which is right there. So put your sharp point on X, D. Open up your compass to your 4-inch height mark, like so. Lock it in place. Let me show you guys how it looks like. Okay, sharp point now on 5 right here. And now you're going to go ahead and strike an arc on big arc D, which is this one right here. Not this one, but this one. And let's see how that looks like. Right there. Wow. It actually crisscrosses with the letter C. Sorry about that, guys. We'll just go ahead and mark that as X. And I'm going to go ahead and put a dot right there so you guys can see where X is at. And the same thing on this side. I'm going to put a dot here. And that is X. Okay. So let's see here. I want to try something a little different. I want to use a pen. Just because I know a pen's going to come out a little bit darker. So you guys can distinguish between the pencil layout versus the darker pen layout. Okay, so let's try this. So we're going to go ahead and connect the dots. So we're going to go ahead and connect 5 to X, which is right here. Just going to put our pen here. Line it up with X, which is right there. And we're going to throw a line. Boom, like that. And then X to C. So there's C. Line it up with X. Throw a line. And there you go. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side. So there's D, and then X is right there. Put our pen right there on X, line it up with D, which is right here, and throw that line, and there you go. And now we're going to go ahead and throw a line from X to 5, which is right there. So let's go ahead and put our pen on 5. Line it up with X, which is right there. As you guys can see, X and 5. Let's see what happens. There it is. Okay, now let's go ahead and might as well just go ahead and connect these dots. 5, 4, 3, 2. That's 1. I have this urge of going over the work, but I don't want to do that because all you're going to be seeing is the back of my head. But I can manage. All right. So there's a layout for this right there. What do you guys think? Okay. Let me go ahead and connect those lines right there so you guys can, I might as well just make it even so you guys can see how it works. So we're just going to go ahead and connect the numbers 5 to 3. I'm sorry, 5 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that. This was the last one that we just did, which is right there. And then this one is on with the pencil layout, which is this one right here. Okay, so this portion goes on top of this, which is going to be here. Now, if you guys notice, this wraps around it like so. So what you guys see right now is you see these lines on this side facing you. What you actually want to do is flip it the other way and run the lines on this side because you want it to curve this way. So you guys can see, here's our offset. And we want it to curve in this way. If you're to bend it this way, it's going to look like this and it won't match. So you want it to go this way. Now suppose you can go ahead and bend it this way, but what you'll have to do is now bend this the opposite way as well, so that instead of pointing over to the left, you'll have it pointed to the right. So that's pretty much it. So now you guys know how to make this, and just so that I can show you guys how this works as far as running the bend marks, I'll just do this on this layout here. So this is your point C. Go to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I mean, what the hell? Since this is since we're already done, might as well just go ahead and make more of a mess. But I had to figure, why not? Since I'm going to throw this away anyways. But I want you guys, or the audience, to see how I do the bend marks. Okay, that's 3, 4, and 5. There it is, guys. And that is how you make a squared around 7x7 square 4-inch diameter circle with a 4-inch height, extreme offset going that way. And there it is. That's how you guys do that. Okay, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you did, go ahead and send me a like. Other than that, I'll be go ahead and start making more videos in the future, hopefully be able to more consistent. I'll go ahead and make the next video like this, but instead of a big square, it'll be a big circle. And then on other videos, I'll go ahead and start changing it up a little and start showing you guys how to make some elbows like this 3-inch or 2-inch diameter elbow at 90 degrees, and maybe you make them at 45 degrees. And then later on we'll jump into stuff like this, doing the same thing, some white pipes like that. Maybe you make them like this, and then maybe later down the future something more like this, in hopes that, you know, they become useful in everyday life, you know, depending on what you guys want to do. So that's pretty much it. Alright guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. Laters.